Suspended between the flesh and soul, we find the gentle spark of life.
These are the Frankenstein files. Okay, basement. Nothing ominous about that. I'll be honest. This place is creepy when it's silent, so you're coming with me. At least if a ghost kills me, it'll be caught on audio. I'm kidding. I hope. Anyway, right. Come on. Nobody lives all the way out here with weather like this without some kind of backup generator. Pipes, heaters, gas mains. God, this place is a bigger mess than the attic. There's gotta be, okay, breakers. These ones are for the upper floors, and this line comes from... I don't know what's worse, the claustrophobic attic or the empty basement. But I'm not... Yes! Since it didn't flip automatically, I should need to just plug her in and start her up. Yes! Man, Maggie, I hope you know I was actually listening all of those times. Oh, that should be up and running. And... there we go!
There we go.
You're sure that's everything? You know, we're changing the locks once you're gone, so there's no chance to come back for anything else.
Haha, very funny. But no, I am almost positive that's everything.
Almost positive. Vague for someone who prefers absolutes.
And you're stalling an awful lot for someone who prefers punctuality.
Stalling? I would never.
Of course not. But I can't close the trunk if you're sitting in there.
Well, you could. I'm packed up, ready to go with you.
It's usually frowned upon to hide bodies in the trunk.
Legally speaking, you're probably right. I'm only half kidding, though, Vic. I can come with you, if you want. Just for the trip out there. I mean, it's a really long drive, and I know you don't love being thrown into unfamiliar environments.
I appreciate it, Beth, really, but I'm alright, promise. Besides, you have work at the bookstore and...
I can call off for a few days. Get a bus back or something.
No, absolutely not. That's way too far, and I don't want you to waste your money. You need that to get out of this place.
Please, I'm getting out of this place regardless. We can't all be lucky enough to get scholarships to big fancy universities on the East Coast. But I refuse to be born and die in Geneva Creek.
Really? You sure you wouldn't even consider it? A death in Geneva Creek might make life more interesting.
Henry?
Hey, Victor.
Hi.
Come here, it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed you. I didn't think...
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I missed you too.
Gazing.
Shut. Sorry, I didn't mean to be... I just didn't realize you were stopping by. Hank, I thought you were working today, didn't you?
I am. Or I was. I took the day off. Or the morning off, at least. Last minute.
Does your dad know?
No. well, he's probably going to realize soon, but I didn't want you to leave without saying goodbye. I I couldn't do that, Vic.
Henry, you didn't need to do that.
Yes, I did. I don't know when I'm gonna see you again, man. Victor, you're my best friend. You have been most of my life. I don't want to. You can't just vanish on me like that.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't want me leaving to get in the way of your life, and saying goodbye makes this feel like something way more permanent than it is. I'm not leaving you like that. I, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize, okay? I get it. Victor, I do. Trust me. I'm so excited for you. Well, I wish I'd come with you. I do. But you're getting out of here. You're doing what you love, and I want that for you.
I want that for you too, Hank.
And I'll get there eventually. In a few months of saving, maybe I'll catch up with you.
Not when you're taking days off like this, you won't.
Yeah, because you're getting paid so much to sit in the trunk right now, Liz.
Touche, Clerval.
Are you two gonna promise not to kill each other while I'm gone?
Oh, I make no such promises.
Certainly not. I mean, you're not even here to act as an alibi for me when they find the body.
Well, you're good enough at writing. I'm sure making up things comes naturally. Get out of it.
Come on, I'm not that good. Not good enough for dialogue to feel natural, at least.
You'd you'd be surprised. I think your writing's great.
Yeah, you'd know a thing or two about covering things up.
Beth, I said no. No. Yeah. Definitely no promises.
I really wish you were coming with me. Both of you.
I know, I wish I was too. Trust me, I'm gonna miss you, Victor. A lot.
Henry, I I wanted to say before I leave,
Yeah?
you you should mail me copies of any scripts you end up writing. I just I mean, I would love to read anything new, you know. I can't really proofread it anymore, but I could send back thoughts and things like pen pals or something.
Pen pals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's. Sorry, I thought. Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you anything I write up or end up writing. Maybe you can call when you get it, and we can discuss it over the phone or something.
Definitely. No, I'll definitely call to hear your voice and talk. I mean, I mean like I would want to talk to you still. I'm not I didn't mean I wouldn't do that.
No, no, totally. I know. Like you said, it's not goodbye. It's just gonna be different.
Yeah, different.
It's definitely going to be hard adjusting to you not being around.
Not as hard as it'll be not being around.
No, you're gonna do great. You're gonna kill it. I know you will. You always do.
Yeah, they're going to love you there.
You sure?
I, we do love you. I mean, here.
I I of course. I mean you do. Yeah. Uh-huh. I You're right. And I love you too. Both of you. I mean, like
What?
I just mean I'm so used to having you around, Henry, and you mean a lot to me, and I really care about you, and I just sort of
I care about you too. A lot, Victor, and I was hoping we could have talked about if we had more time recently. I mean, that maybe.
Yeah, time. What time is it now, actually? Should I be going? I don't want to keep you from work too long, Henry. I don't want you dealing with consequences because of me, and
Oh, yeah, right. Time. I don't want to keep you from hitting the road. Long drive and all.
How about I let you two say your goodbyes, okay? Drive safe, and you can call the house if anything goes wrong on the drive, all right? I'll be home all day.
I will. And I'll call when I get there. I promise. Stay safe here.
I'll try. I'll talk to you soon. Love you, Victor.
Love you too.
I'll catch you later, Henry.
Yeah, of course. You gotta pick up those poems I was editing for you. Almost done with them. They're really great.
Definitely. Glad to hear it. I'll just be inside if you two need anything.
So,
So,
I'm I'm usually much better with words than right now.
I know. I've read them.
Exactly. I meant what I was saying. I'm really gonna miss you. You're really important to me.
You're really important to me too, Hank. I wish I I wish I had the words to express that.
Me too.
I'm gonna see you soon. I promise. First break, I'll be back. I swear. And I'll call or write or something.
Promise. You were. I know that you.
Yeah,
I just wish I just wanted to. There's, there's something.
Henry?
There's something making a noise in your trunk.
What?
There's a whirring like a tape recorder or something. Is that?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I must have. I'll turn that off. I must have knocked the button as I pushed the bag in.
It happens. I should let you find it. I'll see you soon. Okay.
I. Yeah. I'll see you soon.
Bye, Victor.
Bye, Henry. Thanks for coming by. I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too.
All right. Progress, I think. Not on the getting out of here front, but at least I've got electricity now, which is doing a lot to make this place feel less spooky. Now it's just unsettling and a little bit gross. I moved on from the attic. Not a ton else that was super helpful. Some interesting stuff in the boxes. A ton of old vinyl records. I could probably sell them if I don't want to keep them. It sort of gave me some hope for a minute there. Like, maybe I was just overthinking all of this, and Percy was just some really big retro 70s buff. But they weren't cleared of dust like the tapes. I don't think those were his. They might have just been sitting in the house since my uncle was a kid, maybe? Any hopes that this was all nothing sort of feel redundant now. I started looking through the study. He had so many books. Not just on the bookshelves either. Like, there are all these boxes. I found a bunch in the basement too when I found the generator. There isn't a ton of organization to them. It feels like at some point they might have been arranged by author, but they're so messed up and misplaced now, it doesn't matter. There's a bunch on the shelf closest to the desk, though. Dog-eared, worn down. They're mostly textbooks. Chemistry and biology and spiritualism, I think? Something like that. A few true crime books, too. And this. It's an old poetry collection. All the Extra Pieces by Elizabeth Lavenza, with introduction by Clara E. Godwin. Considered by some academics to be one of the greatest lost American poets of her generation, this posthumously published two-part collection gathers together the complete discovered works of Elizabeth Lavenza. Through her stunning poetic imagery, infused with burgeoning societal fears and countercultural beliefs of the 1960s and 70s, Lavenza's masterfully emotional works exemplify love, longing, and resilience in the face of personal tragedy and the reflection of changing societal attitudes in the early stages of the late 20th century. I believe, without a doubt, had her career not been cut short, Lavenza's works, intensely readable and wonderfully transgressive even by the standards of today, would have undeniably cemented her among the very best of her contemporaries, and an icon of American literature. Josephine March, author and essayist. It says it's a two-part collection, but this seems to be the only one Percy owned. The price stickers on the inside of the cover look like this was secondhand, probably. And it says posthumously in the blurb, but it was only published in 1987. I wasn't sure if I was grasping at straws at all, but in the About Author section, Elizabeth Lavenza was an American poet born and raised in Geneva Creek, Colorado, by her mother, Caroline Lavenza, and stepfather, Alfred Frankenstein. While only a few of her poems were ever published during her lifetime, Lavenza's works found cult followings among poets and academics in the years after her passing. Her works received wide renown in literary circles after her collected manuscripts were discovered and compiled by essayist and poet Clara Godwin. Among other awards, Lavenza was given an honorary Witter-Benner Poetry Prize in 1981 by the American Academy and Institute of Arts and Letters. I don't know. I want to say it's another piece to whatever this puzzle is, but honestly, it's just another hole where a piece should go. Percy owned it, which means the rest of this isn't a coincidence. He knew about these people, or was looking into them somehow. I can't find anything about Victor Frankenstein or Henry now either, other than these tapes. Just more questions as to what happened to get to that first tape. And more reasons to keep listening to them. That last one was familiar. The feeling of it, I mean. Going off to school like that, saying goodbye to friends, before Maggie and I stopped talking. It's strange, sitting here and listening to them, back to back. Doing nothing else, just watching the tapes spin around, eavesdropping on people's lives. People who didn't know someone else would be listening. Why would they know? Why would they think anyone would? Why would I think anyone is listening to this? Either way, it's nice, I guess, to find something else. The poetry book, I mean. Putting the arts degree to good use and all. Or future arts degree, if I ever get out of here to finish it. Not exactly what I'd envisioned these last few years, but something else to do. Poetry was always more my roommate's thing, but even if I'm not Georgie, I'm not the worst at picking things apart. Unclean hands break rotten bread. If the bread of him tasted half as sweet as the way my name catches your tongue, I would crawl from that grave where devotion was born, and name the men who stole my home, who've taken my place at the dinner table, stole my oranges with pristine hands to pick their teeth with his sin. Such a hatred to hold the head of the Father upon your shoulders, to reach for labored fruits only to stumble. In a garden, I'd gorge sticky slices of tangerine, plunge my hands, rid them of clean, purge these lands of the landed pristine. Mausoleums which the dead are ravaged for meaning, and the living take lessons in seeing. Which of those blossoms are meant to bear fruit, and which are meant for tender thumbing? To inspect under a watchful eye, to announce the winter's bite and rotten curse. It's beautiful. I almost wish it wasn't connected to all of this. If I owned my own copy, I'd love to annotate or highlight it. Well, I guess this is my copy now. All of this is mine, isn't it? To keep safe. To inspect under a watchful eye. I'm sure I've got a pencil here somewhere.
This episode of The Frankenstein Files was written, directed, and edited by Connor Wasn't Here, with additional material written by the Beetle Bard. It starred the vocal talents of J-Amphibian as Beau Walton, the Beetle Bard as Victor Frankenstein, Strawberry Pine as Elizabeth Lavenza, and Artful Renegade as Henry Clerval. The theme song was composed and performed by the uninformed Zenial. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to like and comment, along with rating or reviewing the show, and following or subscribing on your preferred platform to hear future installments. Word of mouth is also the best way to help us grow, so be sure to let people know about us if you think they'd enjoy the podcast. Your support is the spark that keeps this show alive. Thank you for listening.